Hello and welcome. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Crusader Kings 2. This is the start of a new series that I'm going to call the Quantum Leap Improved campaign. So, if you watched the previous Quantum Leap, you may remember the way that it worked was we would just jump from character to character. Every time we would die, we would switch from one dynasty to another. Just jump to a random character somewhere in the world. Now, Quantum Leap Improved is going to be improved. Basically, the idea is to force countries and empires to exist. And so here are the ground rules. Every time our country, whichever country we're playing as, becomes the most powerful country in the game is when we will jump. So it's no longer going to be based on death. So we might play one dynasty for 20 years, or maybe we'll play for 200 years, who knows. But I'm going to use all the skills that I have in Crusader Kings 2 to try to build this country, whichever one we're playing as, to a world power. Well, not really a world power, I guess a European power. But, and we're going to try to make sure that like certain religions and cultures survive, and they will be the ones that we end up jumping to after leaving our new superpower. So, I was looking at the beginning here, and there's really two main things that kind of come to mind as the start in the 867 start. I really want to make sure that Ramova survives, because this one almost always gets exterminated. And then there's the Jews as well. We also have Miaphysite. And there's an Nestorian, which is a Christian heresy as well. These ones will stick around for quite a long time. I think what we're going to do is Ramova. So let's go ahead and pick, as our very first jump, we'll pick the Ramova people, and we'll try to form the Wendish Empire, or whatever it is that's over here. We'll start off as, let's see, I guess probably as a Duke, High Chief of the Cronians. Not bad, he's got 3 provinces. Let's turn this guy into an Emperor. That was beautifully timed with the music ending. Okay, so we are actually a single county count. We are not the Duke. We ended up picking the Chief Bikshi of Zemgale. So that was maybe a mistake. I actually kind of meant to play as the Duke, but that's okay. We'll end up playing as this guy. So we have 2 vassals. We've got a mayor and a priest. At least we have that. Some of the pagans start off with nothing. They have like no subholdings. So at least we have that. And we have no heir to our dynasty. We're not married. We're 27. We are pretty decent. Slothful, but brave and gregarious. Our heir is our liege. So first things first is we're going to have to become a duke. So from single county count to emperor, that is the plan. Alright, let's get our guys working. So we'll start training troops, we'll start collecting taxes, we will start scheming in the capital to see if we can find out anything nasty with our liege. We'll improve religious relations so we can try to make our one guy like us better. And we'll also improve diplomatic relations with our liege to make sure he doesn't try to remove our titles. Take the ambition to get married, and let's find a woman. Not too many to choose from. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to play as Ramova first. It's a very weak religion. So let's see. We are pagans. We're allowed to have multiple wives. Sorry, we're allowed to have concubines. I kind of prefer somebody who's got some stewardship, but we have such a small domain that it really doesn't matter. Let's just go for somebody who is like lustful or something. Somebody who's not chaste. We'll go with that one. That sounds fine. We are now married. Now, as a Ramova, we are allowed to raid neighbors for loot. We can use, we have defensive supply limit advantages. We can declare subjugation wars against all other pagans. And then just like the Norse, we're not allowed to do anything other than Gavelkind. We're not very good at conversion, but we do get excellent defensive bonuses in our Baltic pagan counties. So the way that this works is if somebody comes in and they attack us and we're in our own territory and the religion matches, our army matches the religion of the province, then we get a defensive bonus of, I believe it's like 80%. You can see right here. Additional modifiers. So modifiers to all units and holdings controlled by this religion. We get increased garrison, slightly increased levy. And then yes, additional modifiers in provinces of this religion, plus 80%. It says 0.80, but it's actually plus 80% morale. We also get plus 80% defense of every type of troop. So we're very good at defense. So that's good. So you always have to factor that in if you're going to attack somebody of this religion. So we've just gotten married. We're clearly going to take the prestige. The gold would be nice, but we just can't afford to do that. We'll try to improve martial since we're at 7. And we are allowed to raid. Unlike the Norse, we cannot use these major rivers. We can't navigate them, but we can do regular old raids. We can just hop up into our guys. We can flag them as looters. We can go and raid stuff. Unfortunately, you can't raid your own religion. So, unless they border our province, or we get our hands on a few boats, of which we have 0, we can't actually raid yet. So that's not so good. Our liege borders another religion, the Suamanusco. We are really in a tough spot. I can't raid for money. We can demand the duchy from our liege, except not really. We could go on a grand hunt. We can hold an Uzgavna's festival. Alright, it costs 50 gold. That's quite a lot. And are we... Don't tell me we're content or something. What if we were to murder our liege? Make him into a female. Yeah, let's murder him. Totally. Kill him. We must. If we really needed to, we could try to revoke the temple in the city. We would take a minus 75% income penalty, but we'd get the full levy, which would be kind of nice. Notice how they've got superior garrison plus 70%. Very, very big garrisons in our country. So all that really does in the grand scheme of Crusader Kings 2 is it prevents Ramova from just dying like right away, but they're not very good at offense. You know, they don't expand well. So that's why we are playing as them. Kill the king. Kill the duke. High Chief Coder. You're such a dummy. You've succeeded. Wonderful. He's convinced that it was carried out by highwaymen. So now we have a female liege, and we are her heir. Kill her. Get her. We must. She needs to die. Do we have any money for bribes? We don't really even need to bribe, do we? 170% is pretty good. Magyars no more. Wow, that took them all of like 2 months. The Magyars just immediately settled. My gosh. Well, we don't need to worry about them surviving. 7,000 troops. You want to make me steward? Absolutely. Should increase my plot power. Kill. And this guy is actually someone who will end up becoming our vassal if we succeed, so it would not be a terrible idea to bribe him. 28 ducats. Let's get him on board. He'll end up liking us a little bit more. We're committed, yes, indeed. Kill her. Kill the woman. Make her die. Kill her. Failure. Damn it. So we haven't gotten caught yet. We're actually fairly decent at spy mastery type stuff for some reason. With our 0 learning, we're not very smart, but we're very cunning. Yes, we've inherited the tribe. It slipped away into the night. We didn't even get caught. Oh my gosh, that's so lucky. Alright, hey, so you do like me. However, I'm your heir, so how about we try to kill you now too? Or why don't we just revoke your title? No. Cannot revoke this granted title before January 2nd, 868. So apparently the previous guy granted it to this guy or something. But anyway, we became the Duke, so now we can go raid. Excellent. Not bad at all. Let's see, do we have better advisors available? We do have this Count who wants to improve his stewardship, not become steward, versus this Chancellor who's unlanded. It would make far more sense to land this guy as the Chancellor, because then he'll like us better. However, our personal diplomacy is pretty crappy. Right now we're getting a state diplomacy bonus of 14. 5 diplomacy, he'd probably like us less. Let's risk it. 36 goes to 40. Hey, good. See how the personal diplomacy is only 3? But because he is our Chancellor, we get plus 15. It's just, you know, something to consider. Can't improve relations with yourself anymore, I think. So we'll just try to improve relations with some random people. We can get a much superior Marshal. We can get a superior Steward. We'll land that guy. We'll get a Spy Master. Yeah, we'll land the Mayor. Make him like us. And the Diviner. Current Diviner's unlanded. This one wants to become steward with his 1 stewardship. It's a brilliant move. Yeah, you're actually going to become our guy. And you can improve relations with him. You are going to scheme over there to make sure he's not doing anything nasty. Both of them make the same amount of money, so we'll just collect taxes, and the capital actually got moved, it looks like, because we got upgraded to Duke. And which one of these places has more levy? Almost definitely the county capital. So we'll just train there, and we're good to go. Okay. Let's immediately go raid. Just with our own men. I'm assuming we're allowed to raid these guys. We should be able to. And the straight crossing should allow us access. Are we? Yes. 0.96 ducats per day. Your money's mine, Chief Virias. Meanwhile, the Kaiser, not yet. The Kaiser will probably form, and we'll probably end up playing as somebody that has to fight him. And let's just burn this thing to the ground. We might as well. What else are we going to do? Attack? We could. You know what we should do? We should burn his stuff to the ground, then attack him. Unfortunately, this guy is our religion, so we'd have to subjugate him, but he's a single double county. You're already our vassal. You are a double county duke. 700 men. Always got to factor in, though. 700 plus like 80%. So my 800 men would not be able to kill him. It's very dangerous to attack early. This fatty here, he's got 700 men as well. Look at that chin. He's just so fat. We need a nice beard, by the way. Yes, we're raider. We raid. The rise of the Shia. The schism at the heart of Islam dates back to its earliest days. The majority Sunnis have long persecuted the followers of Ali, the Shias, forcing them into hiding. The partisans of Ali look to his descendants for leadership, but they are forced to keep their ancestry secret. Now, though, the Shias are mobilizing their strength behind a boy whom they claim to be Ali's rightful heir and imam. Other Islamic jurists claim that the boy is clearly a fraud, but to his followers he is the person they have been waiting for, and now they flock to his banner. You talking about the Caliph? Couldn't be this guy. I mean, this guy's the, he's Sunni, he's not Shia. What are you talking about, game? You crazy. We could create the Duchy of Courland. Now, the actual duchy title that we have is actually a tribe. It's not, it just makes us a duke. It's not an actual title. So we could create the actual duchy, or we could just not. Hey, cool, we dragged out the chiefess. Maybe we can ransom her for some money. You don't want to ransom her? Well, fine, she's mine now. And she's gonna like it. Actually, she's really, really not gonna like it. She's really not happy about this. And she's ambitious, so she's probably gonna try to kill me. But we'll get rid of her long before that happens. So, I did disable siege notifications, but we got 6 whole ducats. Wow. 6 whole ducats. That is a lot of loot. Hopefully we get a little bit more from the town. Base tax of 12. My concubine is pregnant, but I was away. For some reason we like her for 7 months. I guess that's when the baby's due. Apparently we snatched her right after she got pregnant with her former husband. This time we got 18 ducats, which appears to be what? It appears to be 50% more than the base tax. So I'm guessing we'll get 12 ducats from this one. That's nice. Give me money. Nice work. Alright, yeah, 12.07, so slightly more than that, apparently. Okay, so we've got all the loot, and that's like the only guy we're actually allowed to loot. Unless we expand over to here, which we'll need to. So this is going to be our target, most likely. That, or we just need some darn boats. Let's take a look at the diplomacy, the tech map mode, and just see if we can find shipbuilding. So the Norse are able to raid by boat right away because they're kind of forced to have a whole bunch of shipbuilding technology. We get like none. These guys are at just, it's not even close. You can't build anything until you get to level 1, so anything that's not level 1 is pretty much worthless. Zemgale actually does have, what is it at? 0.2. Could always change our capital again. So how many of your troops are you giving to us? Maybe we should just revoke your country. Yeah. Totally allowed to revoke it now. I think we're going to need to. We need to consolidate power if we're going to expand. Alright, so we'll raise up all the dudes. Go hang out in his territory. And then we're just going to be a tyrant, and we're just going to revoke your title. Our other vassals will be upset by it, but they're mostly mayors and stuff, and we don't care about them. The real risk is, do we have enough men to siege this? He's got 550 and 450, so that's 1,000 troops. So we are very close to not having enough men. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our old territory. We're going to disband all the men. We're going to raise some mercenaries the cheapest ones. 150 ducats, my god. You can only support them for no time at all. We need more money. We might have to wait another couple years before we can actually do anything. But we need to hire mercenaries. We'll use the mercenaries to attack like this guy, and then we'll use the mercenaries to revoke that county. But we need to do both at the same time, I think. Or, possibly. Oh, are you independent? You're No, you're not. You look independent, but you're not. We might have to wait 3 years and burn his holding down again. It's so frustrating being isolated like this. Okay. Alright, well, we have a game plan. I'm going to take a break here. If you are excited about this series like I am, make sure you click the like button. It will help out quite a bit with search rankings and that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I will see you again soon.